Hi, and once again, welcome music lovers to Rockin the Planet. I'm Shane, and we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Well, literally just off the plane after returning from Europe, where he performed as special guest with the Paul McCartney and Wings tribute band Howie Casey's Rockestra, singer-songwriter Tim Armstrong, and joining him on the couch to perform for us his latest song, She, another great Kiwi talent and songwriter, Mark Taipari. But before we meet our special guests, let's just see who's been rocking the planet this week. You could say it's the luck of the Irish, but lead singer for U2, Bono, looks set to become the wealthiest rock star on the planet. He's giving rich listers Paul McCartney and Madonna a good run for their money. Well done, Bono. And from Ireland, let's get back to New Zealand and someone who's literally just landed at Auckland Airport, all the way from Europe. My very special guest this evening, and it's great to have him here, Mr. Tim Armstrong. Good to see you, Tim.
Good, Shane.
Welcome, mate.
Nice to see you, mate.
Well, how you feeling? All right, long flight?
A bit jet lagged, you know. Yeah.
Our jet-setting friend. Tim, you've just been over there working in Germany and Europe and some gigs in London or England.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's going on? You're with Rockestra or something?
Well, you might remember about a year or so we had Howie Casey from
Yes.
Wings. He's a saxophone player. Yeah, well, we formed a Wings tribute in New Zealand, and we did some shows there, and
very successful. Yeah,
it went great, and Howie decided to do the same thing over there. So he put together as a 12-piece group, and you know, we had the whole lot, full brass section.
He gave you the call and said, "Look, get over here."
So we went over and did a few gigs over there, and they were quite successful. And then another thing Howie was doing was he was going over to Hamburg to play with King Size Taylor and the Dominoes.
Okay, now King Size Taylor and Dominoes were a huge band in Germany, in Hamburg.
In Hamburg in the early 60s.
British band. They were there just before the Beatles.
They're from Liverpool. They're the same. They were basically
the Star Club.
They were there hanging out with the Beatles in the days. They know all the stories.
That's how we did. And
it was quite interesting. The band was really cool to play with. It was actually what they call their finale gig.
Now, with the Wings thing, though, apparently Paul McCartney gave his blessing to Howie and said, "Look, I want you to do it. Go for it." And get this thing up and running.
He didn't seem to mind. Howie is still in contact with the office, and he rang them up and said, "Do you mind if I do the Rockestra thing and use the name?" And they said, "Oh well, you know, you're only going to do a few of them for now, so
see how it goes." Back in England, you got a great reception there.
Yeah, it was great.
Was it same band, a different lineup?
Completely different guys. They're all local guys from the Bournemouth area.
But they're all good players.
Oh, they're all like guys have been the brass section guys are all like music teachers. Have been to Trinity Music College, and then the other guys are sort of like seasoned professional musicians. Yeah. The guitarist, he's in about 3 different tribute bands. A Bowie one.
Now, while you were there, was there any scope for you to get your songs out there? And
I didn't really try.
I write a lot of good songs, you know.
I didn't really try.
Because that's your secret.
That's what I love doing, you know.
You do the best songs. I'm a big fan of it. So I'm going to have to get you to play one of your great songs. It's a great song. It's called A Breath of Fresh Air.
Oh, you know it's all run down, the shanty town, but you still crawl around. You're so passionate, but there's discontent with the establishment. Sometimes things just get on top of you. You need to solve the problems of the land. Yeah, no use shouting, telling your brother to care. Oh, you need a breath of fresh air. You need a breath of fresh air. Oh, on a moonlit night, we can escape the sights of the city life. You feel so bound by all the clowns that drag you round. Sometimes life just gets on top of you. You have to solve the problems of the world. Yeah. fresh air. Don't excuse yourself by saying you're too stoned. Don't think you'll help yourself by jamming on your own. Ticks away, oh so they say it's reality. You try to run and hide, cast aside this kind of life. Some days love just ain't enough for you. You try to solve the problems in your mind. You may stop fighting or saying it's unfair. Oh, you need a breath of fresh air. 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 You need a breath of fresh air.
A Breath of Fresh Air, written by Tim Armstrong and produced and filmed and everything else. I mean, the man is a genius. I don't care what anyone says. I love your music, man. And you're so underrated. You know, outside of the Waikato, which is where I believe you live now these days.
Yeah, that's right. I was living over by Hamilton, Morrinsville, but now I've moved over to Thames area. So
you're in the Thames area now?
Well, yeah, we sort of...
You're not divorced or something,
no,
you haven't been thrown out?
I'm married. My wife actually went with me to Hamburg.
Your lovely wife, yeah.
She came along, made sure that was a...
So how many years have you been happily married now?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds?
20. About 18.
And what's your wife's name?
17. Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. He feels like hundreds of years he's been married to, so it's that... I don't know whether that's a flattery or not. But anyway, nice to see you, Brenda. You spend more time working than anyone I know. I mean, I've driven through different towns and I've heard music in a bar and I've just had a look. It's Tim Armstrong. I mean, you're everywhere in the Waikato, up to the top of the Coromandel.
You kind of got to do it
if you want to make a living out of music.
Yeah, you can't just sit at home and you're not going to make money from sitting at home, really, are you?
So where do you find time to write? Do you get home and just sit down with your guitar?
We have pretty much. You know, we have you do have. Good thing about gigging is you do have days. You know, like you do have your days. You know, quite often to about 3 o'clock. So. You know, it's just like anyone. You do have your spare time, and then you do have your Monday quite often, and Tuesdays off, and Wednesdays off.
And you must be always on the go, looking for inspiration.
Always looking for inspiration.
Listening to a hook or something.
Working with other people has been good too. And
yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you work with so many greats. I mean, you've got several versions of Tim Armstrong. You've got a Tim Armstrong band. You've got the Tim Armstrong solo.
Yeah. And I got the Beatles.
And now you've got the Beatles band,
tribute
of course.
Show, yeah.
You'd be the best Beatles tribute band. So you're a really busy man, and you see, it's like the Kiwi way, alternative ways, how to make a living and so on. So
yeah, well, you got to do it.
You diversify.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Bit of that, yeah. And keep writing the songs, Tim.
Yeah, I love it.
And you're going to play me another song now. Now, it has a strange title. It's called Puddles.
Little Puddles.
Little Puddles. That's better.
Yeah.
What inspired that?
The song's about how people in relationships are quite different, but they still work through it. You don't have to be exactly the same.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Little Puddles.
There's 27 different places the boy wants to see, and many different kind of faces the girl wants to meet. Where frozen lakes look like mirrors, rivers like streets, where melodies and harmony have an orthodox beats. She may drink wine, he may drink tea. You light the candles when they both come to agree. Live on the edge of rain, snow, or sleet. The money comes hard, but the love's always sweet. I guess that's what keeps them together the most.
So keep the fires burning brightly. Huddle up close. You might drink tea, she might drink wine, but you burn the candles most of the time. Little puddles mean nothing when your tears are gushing. It's been raining, little puddles today. Well, you walk in circles most of the time, and you live in a bubble of what's hers is mine. And when the day is over, do you lie and pretend? Because birds of a feather stick together, my friend. Little puddles mean nothing when your tears are gushing. It's been raining, little puddles today.
Oh, Tim, Little Puddles. That is so. You make Tim.
The reason
Little Puddles became a lake of emotion. I was quite overwhelmed. Beautiful little
I think
song.
what I always wanted to do is write a waltz.
Yeah.
Sort
Which
of
it
like,
is.
so it's kind of like a European waltz, you know.
Well, going to Germany,
Valse.
you're going to
Valse.
do really. They fully like the waltz.
I know
over
they
there.
like the waltz. That's right. No, I've never written a waltz before, so I thought, why not?
Look, it's been a pleasure listening to your music, mate. I could be here for another 24/7, you know, just listening to Tim Armstrong. Thanks, mate. Yeah, look.
Oh,
and we have another very special guest coming to join us now, Mark Taipari. Welcome, Mark Taipara.
Oh, lovely.
Is that right?
Yeah, nice.
It's an interesting name. It's
Taipari, actually.
Taipari.
Yeah.
Are you Maori? Obviously.
Yeah,
full
well, I'm
Maori?
part Māori. My father's Māori and my mother's Danish. So
Your mum's
Danish
Danish.
descent. Yeah, yeah.
So she came out here as an immigrant? And,
No, her family came here, probably 130 years ago. You know,
okay, so they're
the early
established
days,
Kiwis anyway.
Established in the Thames and Netherton and sort of Hauraki Plains.
In that area, so
Hauraki Plains, yeah.
this is where you're born and bred.
Thames is home for me. Yeah, I was
and,
born
and you
there.
brought up there.
Yeah.
And now you're living in Tauranga?
Yeah, I've been there for 14 months.
40 months.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
you
good.
had to think about that one.
Yeah, I did.
You haven't been thrown out or anything? have you?
Sort of.
Oh, sorry.
Nah.
No, I'm
No,
sure
no,
a man like you wouldn't get thrown out.
No,
you're,
no.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah, I'll try.
But you've been playing music for a long, long time now.
Yeah. Probably I can remember singing before I spoke.
Yep.
Yeah, I started taking it seriously from the time I was probably 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
Picked up the guitar when I was about 11.
Did you have a musical family? I mean, be family.
Yeah, Dad. Well, I
guitars
all I
and
remember
things?
is my father singing at parties. They used to, you know, back in the good old days in the 60s
Bye.
and 70s, you know, was out playing
Bye,
the guitar.
bye,
It wasn't
bye.
turned on, you know, rev the stereo up.
Yeah.
I can remember as a small child waking up during the night and hearing like 50 adults lifting the kitchen roof off, you know.
That's one of the great things I found when I came to New Zealand as a POM, you know.
Yeah.
I came here, the Kiwis knew how to party. You've taken your music very serious. You've been working as a professional really for some time now.
Nearly as long as Tim.
As long as Tim. Well, that's
About
a long
33
time.
years,
That's a
something
long
like that
time.
for me. When I left school, high school in probably '83, the rock era was
Yeah.
rock was still big, but I think it was sort of a bit of new wave was sneaking in, and
Well, it changed.
you
didn't
know,
it? Totally in the
New
80s.
Order sort of snuck in, and
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin was sort of slowly still there, but just
the
a
rock
new,
thing
few
went a
new styles
bit.
were coming on top of that rock, and just sort of changed that thing into that new wave
Yeah,
era.
the synthetic music
It did
started to
come in,
creep in, you know.
But we still played our rock, but
And drum
we brought in a
machine.
keyboard player, you know. Yeah.
But you came into that. That's your era.
Yeah, when I left school, I was playing in school bands, but I was ready when I left school to play in the pubs. I worked as a teacher later on too, you know, taught a lot of kids, and
You still teaching?
not these days. I'm too busy trying to get out and gig.
Make a
Shane.
living.
Yeah, you know how it works.
No, you're writing fantastic songs.
Thank you.
And I've got to say, the song that we're going to play a clip of in a second, it's beautiful. I love it. It's called She.
Thank you.
Is this a new song? Or?
I woke up one morning and it came in a dream, and I wrote another good song 5 minutes after it.
And the dream was what?
Well, it's just the song came to me. I woke up and I crawled out of bed and I thought, oh, there's a song, and I started playing that, and this she came to me, and yeah.
They reckon they just come like that, and,
yeah,
and you
they
wrote it
often
in 5
come in
minutes.
dreams, but sometimes they come to me, but this one particularly came in a dream.
It's a special song. It's doing very well overseas.
Yeah,
it's doing well on the internet.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. You must have you've got quite a bit of success.
Well, I bumped into I was playing a gig back at home, funnily enough, and I bumped into a good old mate of mine, Charlie Horton, and he is just such a gun muso and singer.
Yeah.
And he said, Mark, you got to have a look at this Reverb Nation. You got to get some songs on there. So I put it on there, and wham, that went from 500,000 songwriters and artists to about 8 or 9,000 in a week.
What we can do now?
Yeah.
And where'd you record this? Are you guys? Because I know
Tim
you
and
two
I
worked
put it together. Yeah. We did it at Tim's studio.
Because Tim's got a studio.
Yeah, brilliant.
And you've been working out, and you're working on a new album.
Doing a new album with Tim at the moment. Got a nice new song out.
What's
plenty more to come? Change the Subject, this new one's called.
Called Change the Subject, that's a good name. We're going to change the subject just for a moment. We're going to go back to this clip of you.
Yep.
And where's this filmed so people know?
It's a lovely, it's an old cemetery and just out of Thames at Tararoo. It's a...
you really picked the party places, don't you?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a cemetery.
Bit morbid.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a sad song. But yeah, it's just, it's a nice place to do that video.
Yeah, and it's above...
It's up on the hill above. Just you start to go to the Thames coast.
Up on the Thames coast,
across the coast. It's just
so a lot of people don't know it. I don't want to know it too soon, but it
on
looks
the way
a
to
pretty
Coromandel
beautiful
anyway.
sight. And let's look at this song. The song is called She.
Something she said, in my head, goes right down to the edge, and I want to give you pride. Take one step back again. Would I want you the same to wander around lost again? Nothing you said could change the way that I feel about you now. I catch a glimpse of that fear in your eyes. I've seen it. I've seen it. She never stops to remember me. She never wants me to forget her name. Something I want is to change my old ways, and I know that if I don't, how can I ever grow? Would she stop to rely on this desperate situation? I'm thinking, why would she want to get in my deprivation? She never stops to remember me. She doesn't want me to forget her name.
Taipari. Beautiful song, She.
Thank you.
But anyway, it's time for my classic clip of the week. And I love this part because I look back over the Kiwi history. It's our Kiwi classic clip. Now, do you remember Sunny Day?
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah.
The wonderful late Sunny Day.
Can't forget
He was always late, I'm telling you. He was always late.
He is late.
But he was a lovely guy. And one of the first artists I ever saw when I first came to New Zealand, I was at a little club called the Bel Air, and he was the floor show. And he'd run down from the Jive Centre, ran into the Bel Air nightclub that I was at opposite the town hall, down the stairs, and he came on and did a floor show. He was so cool. And then he had a nice sunburst guitar, I don't know what it was, you know, electric, acoustic, but he was just amazing.
He sure
and
was.
He rocked the place. I remember he did Summertime, the Rick Nelson version with the dang, dang, da, dang, dang, dang. Anyway, he had a huge hit in the 80s. He's finally got the big hit he wanted and he deserved, and it was called A Savin' Up. And we're going to go down to Durham Lane in Auckland where it was filmed. And there's a few other people you might see in the clip. Annie Crummer, Beaver, Josie Ricker, and a lot of other famous faces. Let's have a look. Sunny Day with Saving Up. What a great clip and what a great guy. Okay, we're going back to serious stuff now. Okay, guys. Now, if I want to go and see you on a Thursday night, I know one of you are playing somewhere where are you playing? First of all, Mark.
Imbibe and Pepper Mile for me. Great restaurant bar, awesome boss. I've got great bosses.
This isn't
staff.
Tauranga?
This is in Pepper Mile, just out of on
Pepper
the
Mile.
New Mount side.
Yeah, well, yeah, down the side.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm usually at the Helm, always at the Helm.
This is in Hamilton?
The Helm in Hamilton and Victoria Street.
Yeah.
Right at the
This
top
is your
end.
Thursday regular gig.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Helm, it's a
Both
great
of
bar,
you.
great people.
So Imbibe and the Helm. So from Hamilton to Tauranga, basically. Yeah. Well, there's some exciting
So
stuff
you can
happening down
actually
there.
do both if you want. You can go to Tauranga and then you zoom across the plains.
Take the helicopter over the hills.
Yeah.
Anyway, look,
Twin
that was our
sets.
classic clip, the classic guys, and now we're going to get the classic guys to sing us a song. Is there a chance of you two playing us out tonight
Should do your
on a
one,
good
eh?
song?
Your new one.
Oh, you'll do the new
Ah,
one.
go
eh?
on.
Yeah.
Which song are you going to do? One of yours, one of
Change the
yours.
subject. We'd do it, eh?
The one that we've been working on in the
Just
studio.
Okay,
This
let's
is
hear it. I'd love to
acoustic
hear it.
version, eh?
This is
Mark's-
brand new. Who wrote it?
Mark's song.
It's a Mark song. Okay, I'd love to hear it.
I remember the first time that I met you. I looked up to see you walk right into view. I was confused, I was wandering around. I truly felt so blessed today that you came to town. We came together, it was simple for you. Not the same for me, it's hard to do. I feel like such a fool. Never see eye to eye on what we do. So let's change the subject while we still can, baby. Let's change the subject. Ooh, yeah. Talking with you is like talking to a wall. I believe in what you're feeling, all you want to say. I know that you would only let me say the only things you want to hear. Tell a lie and make it go away. So let's change the subject while we still can, baby. Let's change the subject. Ooh. Talking with you is like talking to a wall. Let's change the subject. Ooh. While we still can, baby. Let's change the subject. Ooh.
That's us for another week here on Rockin the Planet with Shane. I'm glad you could join us, and until next week, same time, same place, keep on rockin'.